This is the Great Hatch. It's an incremental upgrade game all about cracking an egg, or maybe hatching an egg, I suppose. Anyway, I'm Orbital Potato. Let's jump on into this one. This is a very early build, very early sort of like prototype alpha version of the game. However, I think you'll maybe agree that if you're interested in incremental clicker upgrade style games, this is a pretty interesting one. It's kind of like the Norp Apologue in the sense that it is all about a sort of big central rock, and you also have got, you know, like a bunch of little rock things coming off. We need to move them sideways into this big old deposit hole thing, this well. This is also where we're going to be able to train miners. We start with a tavern, and it's all sort of goblin themed. We can purchase goblins, we can purchase a garrison. There's also archers and stuff that we can get. We're able to nab ourselves some I think it's called eggium, actually. Yeah, eggium are basically coins by depositing these eggs into the hole, and this looks like a special egg over here, which is kind of nice. So we'll move all of these guys towards there. That looks like it was 100 eggium. I also think we managed to nab ourselves the boiled achievement, which is total damage plus 5%. Okay. Right, saved up some pennies. Let's see if we can try and get ourselves some goblins. We'll maybe get, I don't know, 5 goblins, and then from there we can train them as a miner. So as long as we have a sort of number of goblins here. Oh, look, they jump into the hole and they come out as miners. Excellent. Right, what else can we train? Garrison? I'll do it. Sure. Let's see what that is. Train soldiers, and soldiers are able to strike at the eggs, and we can also increase the damage. Sure, we'll increase that by 1. We should see the soldiers head out over here. We've unlocked the garrison. The archery is next. Of course, these miners, or I guess collectors, really? Couriers? All they do is collect the eggs that have dropped, so it's pretty clear that we need to be constantly on top of things. Good news is we've now got our offensive capability online, so we're dealing a very small amount of damage by the looks of things. It looks like the garrison is, I mean, not totally useless. That is a bit of a disingenuous statement. However, it seems mostly useless at the present moment. So I either need to upgrade the number of goblins that I have that are attacking the egg actively, or I need to increase the damage. I'm thinking probably initially the number of goblins. I'm thinking the number of goblins. Let's do that. Or maybe I save up for the archers. I mean, we're not a million miles away from it, so we could just save up for the archers. And I do like ranged units much more so than manual swordsmen. It seems a little bit crude. Yeah, let's save up for archers. That's fine. Well, that did not take very long at all. Archery, yes, let's do it. Okay, so we can train archers as long as we get more of them. Anything else that we've unlocked? Yes, we've got a birdhouse and a research lab. Increases movement speed by 5%, or train miners? No, we don't want to train miners, but we would like more goblins, and then from there, we'll get some archers. Train up as many as we possibly can. That's good. And let's see how these units end up looking for us. I suspect they'll do about the same amount of damage as the swordsmen, but I suppose we will see in due course. We've got 3 swordsmen, we've got 4 archers. We probably need to even that up just so that it's 4 and 4, just because it only feels right. We get 2 goblins apiece whenever we train. Oh, the archers do half damage. But have I increased it? No, I've not increased it. That's at level 2. That's at level 1. Okay. Let's maybe see if we can try and train the soldiers. I take it back. Archers are a bit of a snoozer. Oh, what the heck are you? That's a special egg. $700? Yes, please. What is that? Okay, a melon egg. It's probably stale. Rarity is 1 out of 700,000. And the boiled. The egg is stuffed in an unfortunate high-temperature boil. Okay, and this rarity 1 out of 35,000. So this is rarer than the other one. But this gives us total damage plus 5%, I believe. Right, what's next? Birdhouse, research lab. I think we're just going to get a few more goblins, honestly. We got plenty of miners. In fact, we actually have too many miners, in my humble opinion. but I will maybe nab some more soldiers, and let's also spend a little bit of time just getting the soldiers' damage up a little bit. I did really overdo it on the whole miner situation, so if I could rectify that by increasing the damage of the soldiers, basically just doing... Ooh, jumps an additional 1 time before throwing the sword. Each additional jump increases the total damage dealt by 15%. We'll take it, sure. And we can also increase the jump severity or the jump weight. That's fine. Yeah, we need to basically be building... We need to be basically building more damage before I can deploy my miners fully. Although, to be fair, I mean, it looks like I'm going to have to get involved, maybe moving a few of the eggs a little bit sideways here, closer to the Great Hole. Yeah, very happy to do that if it means that we can get a little bit more cash. Right, more goblins or more damage? I think more damage is what we're after. Oh, the egg has slightly cracked. So it looks like we are hatching the egg in our own little way. Let's do damage for the archers, because I want to sort of progress down the archery tree as well. So I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a huge impact. But 15 damage as opposed to 29 by the swordy boys. That's fine. That's fine. I think the next sort of milestone is going to be one of these buildings, the birdhouse or the research lab. I think it's got to be birdhouse. I mean, it's cheaper by a pretty wide margin. If I just manage to nab myself one special egg, that will suit me just fine, because it'll basically get us there, or close enough to there. But otherwise, I think we save up for 3,000 in order to get the birdhouse. All right, that is just about 3,000 there. This crack is becoming very, very pronounced. Let's nab the birdhouse. Okay. What the heck? What do you do? Not really sure what you do. Absolutely no idea what you do. Oh, the bird is here. Clicks required for the egg to release from the pigeon's grip. Oh, I see. Okay. I was almost there. So what's this special egg going to be? Let's have a little look. How much is it going to give us? 1,000. That's going to give us a collection rate increased by 400% for a limited amount of time. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Let's have a little look-see. Collection rate is literally just that. Okay, so the bird is going to give us... I don't know what the cooldown is on this bad boy, but we'll... Well, there we go, I suppose. Every 120 seconds. Okay, so it's basically every 2 minutes we're going to get a special egg from the bird. And that is going to be 4 clicks for us to... 4 clicks for us to nab the bird. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. How am I doing with regards to collection at the moment? Not super hot. I feel like we could really increase our speed a little bit. We could probably do with getting a few more miners. Research lab is 5k, and also a pusher. Do I want more goblins? Do I want more damage? Do I want more miners? What is it that I'm really after? Probably research. I think I want to see research. Yeah, I think we're going to save for... I think we're going to save for a research lab. Oh, the bird is back. Let's click you 4 times, or whatever it is. And is this just going to be another collection bonus? I think it is, you know. It is. It's a... Okay, so it's, I presume it's the same... I presume it's the same type of egg, but... That's still really, really good for us, because it's still, we're getting, you know, 4 times the value from every single egg that we, you know, that we slam in the hole, which is grand. Very, very chuffed about that. I presume that there's going to be some ability to get different types of eggs in the future. That is definitely what I'm after. Let's just make sure that all of the eggs go in whilst the collection rate is slightly advantageous for us. That's pretty decent. That's looking good. Okay. I've got the resources. Let's see if we can try and nab ourselves a research lab. Boom, get that in there. Goblin, Wealth, Click, Frenzy, Archer, Weak Spot, Magic, Tower. Goblin Wealth, I suppose, is kind of interesting. Ooh, look at that. We've got a little overview of our damage. We've got a little overview of the eggium that we are generating. That's not too bad. What is it that I'm after? You know what? We need to really invest in goblins. We need to really invest in goblins. And I think I probably want to train up, like, a few more miners. Ooh, not enough soul eggs. Okay, so soul eggs are a thing, apparently. Don't know how to get them. We'll we'll see in a little bit. Let's get the heavy bonus. We can also get sword focus. Sword travels faster and has a slightly higher chance of dealing critical damage. Well, no, I think we're just after regular damage for now. That's kind of important. But anything that will increase the egg travel distance is something that I am very interested in. So the soul eggs are presumably, the hatching event unlocks a powerful upgrade. I was going to say the prestige event. So that is something that we can look for. Let's go for another damage on you. This is great. Okay, there's another egg. There's another egg that is going to be dropped off by the bird, which is grand. No idea what on earth this could possibly be, but let's have a little look-see. It is double time. Speed the game up by 2 times. Well, that's great. I'll take it. I'm going to do a little bit of extra mining, though, because clearly we do not have enough eggs on the ground. Although, that being said, this seems less beneficial than my previous upgrade, which was the 4-time collection event, which I think did a better job, quite frankly. Oh, look! That is a rare egg that has actually come from the... It has come from the big egg. What is this going to be? Let's have a little look. It is 150 coins. Is that it? A nice egg. Nice. 1 in 15,000. And then we've got speed up the game by 2 times for 40 seconds. That's okay. So I presume that 40-second speed up is actually only 20 seconds? Is it in new time or is it in old time that's measured? I don't know. It's a curiosity. Right. A pusher. Presumably the pusher is going to push eggs. Absolutely no idea if that's the case. Do I want to save up for Goblin Wealth? I really do. Either Goblin Wealth or Click Frenzy. Yeah, let's keep working away at that. Looks like we're sort of progressing towards a hatching event. I presume it's going to hatch when the cracks get to the bottom of the egg. I mean, that would be the intuitive thing, but I suppose we'll see. Either way, let's save up for 5,000. That's what we need for the research lab event. Ooh. What is this? Let's see what you have, or let's see what you give us. 340. It's so hard. They're rigid. Okay. Oh, and just in the nick of time, another brand new egg. I do like these new eggs. This is kind of cool. Let's see. What are you going to give us? 5,000. I mean, it's free real estate, isn't it? The egg is worth 500 increased eggium. Value egg multiplier. Okay, so that suggests that there are other value egg multipliers that we can maybe get down the line. Raise the maximum amount of eggs that can drop per second. Right? Increase the egg. Clicking the egg now increases the amount of eggium collected in the deposit. Archer weak spot unlocks the weak spot ability for archers. Yeah, magic tower. Let's get Goblin Wealth and Click Frenzy. Sure. Okay, so that's unlocked the little hotbar up at the top there. That gives us a 1.5 times multiplier, which is literally just free money. So probably definitely good to get. We're only dealing 103 damage per second, which is not a huge amount, but... Oh, I've also got, like, loads of soldiers left. Why am I not doing anything with them? Let's go 1, 2... Yeah, that's fine. And then let's get the rest into mining here. Yeah, don't know how I managed to continue with so many spare soldiers, but perhaps it won't matter too much if this egg decides to hatch right about now. Or close to it. Oh, did I unlock the weak spot for archers? No, I didn't. I can give them some more damage, which is what I'll do. Much more damage for the archers. That's fine. Okay, hatching events. Everybody's looking. What is it? It hatched. Oh, okay. Eggium is... It hatched. Eggium gain is increased by 300%. The bonus will only apply after every hatch. So... we now are dropping different types of eggs. These are hatched eggs, I suppose. Oh, is it like a layer down? I guess that's like peeled off. Oh, and you've collected this soul egg, I guess. Right, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I don't know what's going on. Are you taking the soul egg to the research facility? I don't know what you're doing. Also, that new egg. What was that new egg? It was like a plain one. Flat eggium. Awards a fixed amount of eggium. Yeah, how much eggium did it award? I'm not sure. Okay, let's get the pusher. What the heck? Let's do it. A berserker? Yeah, I'm interested. Train a pusher. We need a goblin and a miner. Let's train a pusher. They push eggs towards the deposit. Exactly as I anticipated. Right, you're still going to the research zone, which is fine. Let's get attack speed, fire arrows, sure. Archers have been long underutilized. This is looking good. This is looking good. Boom, boom, boom. We're moving stuff towards the deposit. That is great. It looks like our soul egg has been dropped off at the research lab, which has worked perfectly. What do I want to use my research egg on? My soul egg. I don't love any of these things. Token apiece to the pigeons. Reduce clicks required for the pigeons to drop their eggs. Pigeons will automatically drop their egg on arrival. Eh. Or an epic push. I mean, the epic push, to be honest, seems kind of cool. And honestly, the rest of them seem kind of lame. Second sword has a 10% chance to jump an additional time and throw a second empowered sword. And it does 20 damage. Well, big whoop, right? A 7% chance to launch a barrage of 3 arrows? Well, who really cares about that? Let's go for an epic push. Blessed touch. Sure. So we can only get one single pusher. Alright. Well, let's get you clicked here. And yeah, now it's very clear that with this pusher, we have got a serious deficit of damage, which we need to address. The real question is, what do we want to do with that? Let's do the basics. We'll do momentum, damage, heavy, sword focus, a little bit more damage. And then what I really need to do is just get on top of training more soldiers. That is absolutely what I need to do. We don't need mind speed at all. We need way more goblins, and I'm gonna throw them all into the training area over here. Okay, the egg is on fire now. That's good. I mean, probably not good for whatever is inside the egg, just purely from a practical perspective. Archer weak spot will do it. Is this gonna... Yep, this is gonna allow us to get the weak point. Concentrate in a single spot. It's gonna deal additional damage. Let's get a few different upgrades into that. I don't know if we're going to be able to visually see the weak spot. Also, it looks like the cracking on this layer of the egg happens much slower. Am I surprised by that? Not even slightly? That's cool. It's just something to note. Just something to note. Right. You know what? Even though we've got a 1 in 70 or 1 in 35,000 chance or 1 in 15,000 chance to get some special eggs, we're not really getting very many special eggs, are we? No. Capacity, 10% chance to carry 10% chance to carry an additional egg. We'll do it, but I mean that's probably a bit of a pointless upgrade. Pusher, we don't care about the pusher. The berserker, I am interested in getting the berserker. Let's get some cooldowns and some clicks upgraded for the pigeons. I would like to see some more pigeons, ideally. Get some more damage for the soldiers. We just need more damage overall. We need more damage from the archers. We need more damage from the soldiers. And a magic tower for 14,000. That's got to be our next upgrade, right? Absolutely. And in fact, this gold one is going to give a time speed bonus. So we'll absolutely hold down and click this. With any luck, this will get me past the 14,000 threshold that we need in order to nab the gold tower. Or the gold tower? The magic tower. The magic tower with the gold egg. That's right. Okay, well, we've absolutely blown past the 14,000 that we're after. That's very, very nice. What's the other big upgrade? It's the berserker, isn't it? I think that's about 35,000. So that's a bit of a ways away. We can manage, though. Right, magic tower. Let's do it. I don't know what the gap is over here. Maybe that's for the berserker. Right, a wizard. Teleportation. Wizards can now teleport. Goblin with staff. They can do a maximum of 5 attacks before running out of mana. Mana regen at the tower. Right. We're going to train some goblins. And you know what? We'll throw them all into the wizarding world. Right. Intelligence. Increase base damage by 3. Increase it again. That's fine. Now, unfortunately, the goblins are all going to have to make their way out over to the tower in order to get trained up, which I suppose is fine. Doesn't look like they've really synergized with anything else. Research lab is maxed. That's kind of nice. Fire arrows. We'll get some fire arrows. Oh, they fly. Okay, well, that makes sense. That's good. So they do 5 attacks, and they have to fly all the way back. Okay, that is going to be rough, actually. So, most of our damage right now is coming from the swordy boys. That makes perfect sense. That makes absolutely perfect sense. Can I change that? I mean, yeah, maybe if I focus on some archers. It looks like the wizards are actually doing more than the archers. And to be fair, I think I have about an equal number, and it would be kind of expected that a late-game wizard is more powerful than an early-game archer. But still, I mean, I've given the archers the weak spot upgrade, I've given them the fire arrows upgrades. And yet still the sword goblins are better. And the wizards are better as well. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. We're about, what is that, halfway through the hatching event. That's pretty cool. More goblins or a berserker? I mean, we're almost to the berserker. I feel like we might as well save up. I do need more damage. It's just damage that I need. And I know that I'm saying that at the same time as saying, oh, I'm going to save up for a berserker. Well, I'm hoping the berserker is going to be the answer to all of my problems. Right in there. Train a berserker, we need a regular swordy boy and a unemployed goblin. Right. I need a special egg. Oh, that was perfect timing! That was absolutely perfect timing. I don't think we've even seen this one, have we? We'll get it in there. What is this? Lost a leg while fighting for the Lord Egdalion. Did you even give me any extra cash? I don't know. Well, we'll get 2 of those. That's fine. Right. Where's my berserker unit? It's here. We'll get as many as we possibly can with the spare goblins that we've got. Has 80 base damage. Does not inherit soldier attributes. Blood spatter from the egg, gaining 1 stack for each successful power strike up to 100 blood. Okay. Okay. And berserkers have a 10% chance of inflicting a power strike, dealing 2,000 increased damage? That's incredible. Okay, we need to get that upgrade, and we need to get that upgrade as soon as possible. Yes, please. Yes, please. Let's do it. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we have a 10% chance of dealing 2,000 damage. Okay, they fly all the way back. That is a little bit of a... That is a little bit of a shame. It's a long way to fly back. But they do have a 10% chance of dealing 2,000 damage. Whoa. What the heck is that? Is that the weak spot? Oh, there we go. It is the weak spot for the archers. One of them did just deal 2,000. I didn't really comment on it because it kind of happened too fast, but it did happen. I did see it. It was a big red number, which is very satisfying. Right. I feel like we're really starting to... I feel like we're... There we go. Happened again. I feel like we're really starting to hit our stride here. What do I want to invest in before this event? Let's just get as many regular goblins as we can. And then, you know what? Let's forget about soldier goblins, and instead let's go all in on berserkers. So we're going to get rid of half of our soldiers, and they will be replaced with berserkers. I think this is the flat egg, right? Like literally just the flat eggium bonus. Yeah. Let's have a look. It's over here. Yeah, it's a fixed amount of eggium. Don't know how much it is, but hey ho. Right, what's underneath? It's another type of egg. And actually, the environment's changed. Did that happen last time? Maybe it didn't. I just didn't notice because I wasn't paying attention. Okay. The dove is going to go and collect what needs to be collected. I'm going to invest a little bit in the birdhouse. I want to see what this upgrade is. Token of Peace. Reduce the clicks by 1. If their ability is max, they'll drop their eggs upon completion. I mean, that could be so powerful if we have, like, a really, really large number of birds coming through. Upgraded Power Strike and Bloodlust. Yeah, I think we gotta spend on the Berserkers, right? The Berserkers seem unbelievably powerful. Wizards teleporting, also probably pretty powerful, but they don't deal nearly as much damage as the Berserkers. I mean, I feel like we've really found our formula for success here. How are we doing in terms of pushing all the eggs to the right place? Not bad. If I could increase the capacity a little bit, then that would be good. Let's just get the Berserker upgraded first. There we go. Bloodlust, boom. Get that upgraded. Upon reaching maximum blood stacks, Bloodlust is activated, increasing movement speed by 2 and base damage by 50 for 30 seconds. all that we really need to do is get these 2 upgrades. This is where our damage is going to be. I would also like to get a few more berserkers, because why the heck not? 2,000 damage, it's happening. Is good. Is good. We can pretty reliably bank on at least 1 2,000 strike every sort of like round of berserkers. Oh, is that a new egg? Looks like a new egg, doesn't it? Let's have a little peek in our egg manual. It is doubles the damage of all units for 30 seconds. Well, that is fantastic. I don't think it counts for clicks. I don't think clicks matter in the grand scheme of things. Oh, that's the bloodlust meter I see now. Okay. That's cool. You're recharging your mana. Great. Up to 2,000 damage. This is a lot of damage. I feel like there's a lot of eggs over here. I also feel like I've really neglected in giving my pusher a few upgrades. Do I care? Kinda don't, to be honest. Give me a combo, so we now have a 15% chance of double striking for 2,000. It's not a high chance, I'll grant you, but it is definitely possible. Let's get one more of you. How many soldiers do we have? We got 14 soldiers, and with 14 soldiers, that means that we can train another 14 berserkers. It does mean that I need to get 14 more regular goblins, though. Also, how many flippin' eggs are in this stockpile over here? I suspect it is rather a large number that I am... actually, maybe not that large a number. I was going to say that I'm just not managing to shift. There are some older sort of like phase 2 eggs that are still coming out of this thing, so they're not too old, the eggs, but they're... Yeah, it's definitely... I presume it's more valuable to collect the new ones. That's a basic assumption, though. Right, what's next? Blessed Touch for the pusher. I think that'd be pretty good. I'm loving the fact that the berserkers are dealing millions and millions of damage now. That is great. Ooh, Strike. Increases the number of eggs thrown by 1. That's pretty good, I suppose. You are going to give me lots and lots of money. Because I think you'll make the game run faster, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep, there we go. Very nice. That's gonna give us more money, which is fantastic. Right, Power Strike combo. It's got to be Power Strike, right? This is so good. Yeah, so we're gonna increase the chance that they do undertake their Power Strike. Also, I'm gonna just make sure that I click here just to make sure that I am getting the full combo bonus up at the top. Yeah, so the Power Strike is almost certainly something that we want to do. And we now should be able to, yeah, deal 3,000 damage apiece. That is pretty gnarly. Not gonna lie, pretty darn gnarly. Doesn't feel great though, does it? I mean, I feel like there's probably some better upgrades that we can get. I mean, capacity, speed of the miners. Yeah. I feel like there's not even any point in investing in the garrison anymore. Maybe the archers? But, I mean, the archers... Why would I even bother investing in the archers when they do so little damage? And it's not like the weak point synergizes with anything else, so... Kind of like, well, why bother? Increases casting rates. I mean, maybe it's worth investing in the wizards. Ooh, big hit. Straight into the pot. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're dealing double damage, which is phenomenal. That is great. Let's hope for some big crits on the berserkers. Hope that makes... That's 6,000. That's a crit for 6,000. That is an absolutely obscene amount of damage. So if we literally just invest in the Power Strike, then that will just be perfect. I also need more goblins because I want to train up all of my soldiers into proper berserkers, which is okay. Yeah, how big's the stockpile of eggs over here? Big enough to be maybe something that we want to deal with. Okay, blood spatter is maxed. Upon reaching maximum blood splatter, increasing movement speed by 2 and base damage for 50 and 30 seconds. Okay, so I mean, we now do a 6,000 crit as base damage for the next 50 seconds. if I'm not mistaken. There's no countdown timer up in the top right-hand corner, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still good. 7,000 damage there. Very nice. It's good damage. It's good damage. It's an honest day's work, just cracking an egg. Right. 2 more berserkers. Brilliant. Keep them coming. We'll get more. Right. Nothing else that I want to get from the tavern. I do want to get more upgrades to the birdhouse. I want to see what this is. Increases the number of eggs thrown. Yeah, I suppose. The flock. Every pigeon gains plus 5% chance to call another pigeon. I mean, that's good. Right? I also don't like the fact that I need to click the pigeon as many times as I do. No offense to the pigeon, of course. It would just be better if we didn't have to. What did I get? Doubles the damage of all units. 9,000. Critting for 9,000. This is the way. This is the way. This is absolutely the way. Have we actually done a... Have we done an additional crit yet? Presumably that would be for, like, double... I mean, double 7,000, so, like, 15,000? Which would be quite a lot. I'm not really sure how that works in terms of the order of operations, but that's okay. So, let's save up for flock next. I know I just bought some more points for the berserkers there, but what can I say? I love berserkers. They're great. They're really, really good. We're going to save up for the flock. We'll get that across the line, and hopefully we'll be able to get to the next level of the egg. Right, I've unlocked the flock, so we now have a 5% chance to call in other pigeons, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Very, very happy with that. However, we have unlocked the ability to purchase the token of trust, which means the pigeons will totally trust the goblins and will now bring their most precious eggs, which is good. Unlocks 2 additional unique eggs, vacuum and rain of eggs. I'm interested in both of those. I'm interested in both of those deeply. What are you going to give me? Let's see. Yoink, 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 yoink. And it is 61,000. Okay. Well, that has... Which was it? The value multiplier. This egg is worth 500 times increased eggium. Okay, well, that was good. That was really, really good. However, there's always this nagging feeling at the back of my mind that I should just spend... I should spend the money on getting more berserker damage. Although maybe I feel like... Maybe on this occasion I shouldn't. We'll get Token of Trust, which is maxed. That's good. Clicks, cooldown. I mean, I can still do one of each, right? I can still do one of each. Do I care about the Power Strike or do I care about the combo? I'm gonna go for the combo, I think. And then we'll save up for the Power Strike. Yeah, that's fine. I also just want more birds. The birds are really cool. I like that. I want to explore the... other types of eggs. Oh, dropped eggs value increased by 2. Nobody expected this one to still exist. This is the odd one. Right. That must have just happened whilst I was busy not paying attention. That's fine. Okay, so do we want to train up archers? No. Who gives a hoot about archers? They don't synergize with anything. I probably need more troops. Probably need more troops just so that I can train up more berserkers. I want to eliminate all of my soldiers. We've only got 4 soldiers left. We only have 4 soldiers left. It's borderline totally irrelevant. So if I get... Ooh, is this a new type of egg? That looks like the Airbender anime thing. You know what I mean? What's the last Airbender? Vacuum. What does that do? Eggs feel an urge to turn into eggium. Okay. That's good. So we're just generating eggium from nothing? Are they flying further? Oh, they're just jumping by themselves, maybe? I don't really know how it works. Is it a permanent bonus? Does look like it's on the menu. It's on the list. Kind of cool. Right. Okay, so 2 more upgrades to our goblins, right? 2 more upgrades to our goblins, and we are golden. I'd love to increase the pusher. Unfortunately, I can only have 1 pusher, though. That is a little bit of a shame. I suppose they are fairly strong in the grand scheme of things. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. Okay. One more you. 1, 2. Good. Good, 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 good. It's the big damage. Big damage. 3,000. I guess the 7,000 damage that we must have dealt, that must have been a combo strike. I mean, once in a blue moon, it must happen. Oh, we're so close to the bottom of this egg. So close to the bottom of this egg. Oh, I think there's a new egg that has just come out of the mothership. That's a stripy one. What is it? Cannot be touched. It's a smooth egg. Right. And there's another airbender egg here, which is still on the eggium list. I mean, it's not much. I don't really know what it's all about, but that's fine. Right, we are just at the point where we can get the last goblins that we need in order to fully transform all of my soldiers into berserkers. So now, as soon as you have left your post and gone to the berserker hut, we are fully trained up. We're fully berserked. We are 100% berserk. And just in time, too. Just in time for the hatching event. Which is grand. Aha! There we go. And I'm very, very glad that I did transform all of my berserkers. Holy cow, look at that. It's not even close. 1.82 million damage. That is obscene. That is huge. Most of our eggium coming from my rather meager amount of courier goblins, but that's fine. That's a pretty good gig. The Great Hatch, ladies and gents. It's still currently a prototype over on itch.io. I've linked it down in the description if you're interested in checking it out. Definitely like the Norp Apolog, very kind of similar premise where you hit a sort of thing infinitely. I'm okay with that. I very much enjoyed that game and can't wait to see what this one has in store. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, folks. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.